Today, we're going to talk about something pretty fascinating, the incredible power of keeping things simple. We're diving into a concept called basic English.
So let's just jump right in with a question. Seriously, think about that for a second. What if you could get across all your big ideas, your feelings, everything, with a vocabulary that you could probably memorize in a few weeks? I know, it sounds kind of crazy, but that is the exact idea behind the system we're looking at today. And this system actually has a name, Basic English. It's this super carefully chosen list of 850 words. And the point isn't to dumb things down, not at all. It's to create a powerful tool for clear, universal communication. I mean, just imagine how useful that could be for international business, or for scientists sharing research, or even just for travelers trying to connect with people. Okay, so that's the big picture. But how does it actually work in practice? To figure that out, we're going to take maybe one of the most powerful, most complicated, and most universal words we have and see what basic English does with it. Yep, we're talking about the word love. So first things first, did love even make the list? And, yep, according to our source material from the Simple English Wiktionary, the word love is right there. It is officially one of the 850 essential words. But that just brings up an even bigger question, right? How on earth do you contain all the different meanings of love inside such a simple system? All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to see how the system handles it, breaking down the core definitions for love as an action, as a verb, and as a concept, as a noun. And check this out. It's incredibly clear. As a verb, to love is simply to feel good about a person and want them to be happy. And as a noun, it's the feeling of loving someone and caring for them. That's it. There's no poetry, no ambiguity. It's just the essential meaning, boiled down so that pretty much anyone, anywhere, can understand it. And here's a perfect example of the verb in action. Mothers love their children very deeply. It uses these really simple words to get across a huge, powerful, and universal truth. It just works, no matter what culture you come from. And then for the noun form, we get this question, is my love for him a real love that will last a long time? See how it treats love as a thing, a feeling that you can actually examine and question. Again, it's just so direct and clear. Okay, so far so good. Everything seems pretty intuitive. But what if I told you that in some situations, the word love can also mean absolutely nothing? Zero. Yeah, this is where it gets a little weird. Let's look at this twist. Now, if you've ever watched a tennis match, you've definitely heard this before. The umpire calls out the score, 15-love. So what is that all about? It's pretty obvious it has nothing to do with being fond of the number 15. And there's our answer. In the specific world of tennis, love means a score of 0, a complete blank. It's a fantastic reminder that even in a simplified language, context is absolutely everything. And what's really fun about this is just how many words we have in English for nothing. As our source points out, you could say nil, nada, zip. You might even hear about a goose egg or a duck in other sports. It's a little glimpse into the richness and creativity that a system like Basic English has to streamline.
So let's zoom back out. We've looked at love as a deep, powerful emotion, and we've also seen it mean literally nothing. This all brings us back to the big picture and that central question. Why does a system like Basic English even matter?
It all comes back to this one single number, 850. The whole system is built on this belief that with just these 850 core words, you can communicate the vast majority of essential ideas you need for daily life and for basic understanding. So the crucial point is this. The goal isn't to replace the beautiful, sprawling, messy complexity of the full English language. Not at all. The goal is to build a bridge that allows for clearer communication, whether it's in international diplomacy, in science, or just in everyday human connection. By defining love with such simple terms, the idea becomes accessible to everyone, creating the shared foundation for understanding. And that really leaves us with a final question to think about. When we boil a language down to its most essential parts, what do we lose? Maybe some poetry, some nuance, but then what do we gain? Clarity? Connection? It's a fascinating trade-off. Thanks for exploring it with me.